Alana,
Yes.
it's been a very interesting week.
I'm sure it has.
Yes, and that's the end of our episode.
Well, why is it interesting? Why was it interesting?
A bunch of reasons.
Okay.
So,
For you or for me?
For me, you, it was extremely boring.
Oh, thanks.
Yes. No, was it?
It wasn't boring, necessarily.
Oh.
But, yours was a little bit more exciting than mine.
Yes.
But mine wasn't boring either.
I talked with a mental health professional this week.
Mm-hmm.
I make it sound like this is the first time I've done that. I talk to this person fairly regularly.
Yes.
And the subject of grief came up.
Uh-huh.
Without telling everything about my mom, I said something kind of flippantly because I thought I'd already discussed it with him. Mm-hmm. Apparently I hadn't. And he's like, wait a second, we got to discuss this.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And he kind of said, when the pandemic is over, you should probably see somebody else about this because this is a type of thing that you should deal with in person with somebody who kind of specializes in this type of thing about this particular form of family drama, which made me feel, oh wow, now I'm going to need a team of people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I'm just looking at this from the outside, and to me, you don't seem far gone at all, but what do I know?
I don't know, babes.
I'm not a counselor. I'm not a psychologist. I have no idea.
Yeah, and I think the idea isn't that I'm crazy.
Right.
But maybe some stuff from my childhood or interaction with my parents is preventing me from living my best life. And another response he had was saying that this explains a lot of my interactions over the years with people.
Huh.
Yeah.
So you mentioned something to me this week that I thought about. Mm-hmm. You say that when you haven't talked to someone in a long time, even years, you said sometimes you cut them out of your life completely for a while?
Yeah.
Like, how does that work? Do you just delete their contacts or do you completely detach from them?
I've done both in different occasions.
Okay.
Like, it still shocks me that you'll say you have friends that you've known for 30 years, and yet you'll go years without talking to these people.
Yeah, but it's not like I don't ever talk to them. It's just that life gets in the way, and sometimes we don't talk, but we always find a way to talk to each other, whether it's through email or phone calls. So it's not like they're, what do you call it? It's not like I never keep in contact with them. It's just sometimes life gets in the way and it's like, oh, I've been meaning to call this person or they've been meaning to call me or what have you. But with you, it seems like it's very different. It's
super hard for me to go that long without communicating with my friends. And I'm sure you've noticed that about me.
Yes, I do.
Like I have a core group of people who I talk to every single week. And I have other people who maybe we don't communicate as often, but we're still in fairly regular contact.
And unfortunately, I don't have a lot of friends here in the city here. Mm-hmm. I have friends in other parts of Oregon, but even then, I mean, I don't get to see them often because they're far away. And it's a little bit tough because a lot of my friends are out of state. Whether they're in Washington or other states. So
but I have the same thing too.
I know, but you think of it very differently than I do. Mm. I can still consider them friends even from when I was a child. Maybe we're not talking as closely as possible, but I don't consider them not friends either.
Interesting.
So you think of it very differently than I do.
I wish I still had friends from my childhood. I don't even keep in contact with anybody from high school.
Yeah, I don't keep in contact from people from my public high school.
You went to a blind school too.
I did, but I'm trying to explain this.
For the special ones. Sorry. All right, keep going.
That's it. That's it. Fighting words, Bubs.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you shouldn't have stepped there.
Sorry, babes. Keep going.
Bubs.
I love you.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Let me make this clear. I I have kept in touch with people from the blind school that I went to, but I do not have any contact with anyone outright from my public high school.
Interesting. But you had friends there.
I did, yeah.
You weren't just like the blind girl.
No. I actually made friends, and I wasn't the only one. At the time when I first got there, there was another girl who was a junior, and she was blind too. So, but we didn't have the same friends because we were in different grades.
Yeah.
And, you know, she was cool and everything, but I didn't hang out with her.
I wonder if I know her.
This is in Washington. I don't think you would.
But the community is super small.
I'll tell you who she is later. Off the air, yeah. Because
Yes.
I don't really want to give people's names away.
I don't either.
And I didn't know her very well.
But tomorrow we will be prank calling her.
No.
Okay. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah. And then, I kept contact with my childhood friends that I met either at school or camp. And then I kept in contact with some of my friends from the blind school.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's weird. Even in the blind community, I have friends, obviously, but I don't have friends that I've had since high school.
Wow.
I know people, but I wouldn't say like we're super close.
Yeah.
From back in the day.
Yeah.
I still see them around occasionally, but it's not like it's just like, oh, hi, how are you?
Right.
Type of thing.
Well, I can kind of understand that because you've moved around so much that you had to adjust really quickly, and you haven't had a lot of time to adjust to that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I had the fortunate, the fortunate time of staying at a school for several years. And this is really strange too, because I come from a military family, but my dad didn't have to move around because he was able to get jobs.
That's super cool.
Which is very interesting because Hawaii is not known for its job market. But I guess if you're in the military, at least back then, there were job openings for him. But he worked on a ship when he was in the military and did other things after the military. So he was all set. We didn't have to move for all the time that he was there in the military. And the only time I moved away was when I came to the Northwest in 2 weeks shy of my freshman year of high school. So,
nice.
So I thought that was kind of interesting. If anything, I should have been the one moving around more.
Exactly.
Isn't that funny? That works?
That is.
How that worked?
Yeah. I would have preferred it the other way too, but life goes the way it goes.
Yeah, I suppose it would have been cool to learn about different countries, but I'm really thankful that I was able to have some roots.
Oh, well, I'm not.
Oh.
No, just joking, babes. I'm glad you got to grow up with people.
Yeah, well, you did too.
Oh, I grew up with my sister. Everybody else was like interchangeable.
Oh my goodness.
Jaylo.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not gonna like this. It's looking like your man might have to make some popcorn this week.
Bub, okay, I really don't want to discuss this whole thing, but I think you're really, really having way too much fun with this, and I think there's a lot more things to focus on than Kristen Cinema, because I'm pretty much done with that.
But you've seen the new video of her?
No, I did not see the new video, and frankly, I don't care.
She's walking. Oh, no, bitch. I gotta explain this so you know what's up. So, I got a question for you.
What?
How do you feel about Tim Scott? Because I know that he was a Trump person and he introduced Trump, or he talked about Trump at the last RNC.
Oh, yeah.
However, he is also one of the people who said that Trump's white power tweet was racist.
I never saw that, but I do like Tim Scott.
I could prove it to you. I could show you a video.
I don't care, Bubs. I really don't care, okay? I don't care about that. I don't care about Kristen Cinema. This whole thing is ridiculous.
Well, this is related because the new one, she's walking in some building. I think it's an airport, but I could be wrong. And somebody comes up and tries to ask her questions about her donors. And she's hanging out with Tim Scott. And Kristen Cinema, instead of answering the lady, turns to Tim Scott as they're getting on the escalator and says, "I'm sorry."
I don't care. Okay, I think you're having I think you're obsessed with this way too much, really. It's like watching somebody bashing somebody on Facebook. I mean, that's how I liken it to. I mean, it may not be true. I don't know. That may be wrong to compare it to, but it's like, when is it going to end?
Well, when she leaves office.
Well,
it's going to end.
Who cares?
But,
I don't.
But you think that she's a bad senator.
I do, but I just don't care about watching all the shenanigans that are going on when people are asking her questions and she won't answer. I don't care. I mean, eventually she will have to answer them. And if she doesn't, she's going to face consequences, I'm sure. But in the meantime, I don't really care. That's how I feel about it.
I just have this image of Kirsten Sinema dying from cancer, going to, some place and them asking her, well, did you believe in Jesus? Were you a good Christian? And her refusing to answer the question.
Oh, jeez.
And then going straight to hell because she was, part of the establishment.
You're obsessed with this way too much.
I do love the Kirsten Sinema videos.
Well, I could care less.
Well,
as you can hear in my voice, I don't really care.
Your boyfriend might be making popcorn this week. Congratulations, Kirsten Sinema. And Tim Scott. Actually, at least Tim, you know what I'll say for it? At least Tim Scott will answer questions. Even if I disagree with him.
He'll answer questions, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
think any politician, doesn't matter where you are on the spectrum, should answer questions that their constituents asks.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Biden should answer questions.
Mm-hmm.
He shouldn't be getting defensive. By the way, did you ever see that video when a college student asks Joe Biden a question? Did you see that?
Is that the one where he says, vote for Trump if you don't like me?
No, not that one.
Okay.
He called this college girl, I forgot what he asked, I forgot what she asked him, but he called this college girl a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
I didn't see it, but I remember hearing about it.
A lying dog-faced pony soldier. Why would you call a person who's asking you a question?
He's not fully there.
He isn't. It's like, come on. If you're going to run for president or anything in office, your constituents want to know what you're going to do.
Well, you know what I think is so funny, babes?
What's that?
Or funny in a sad way, because we're seeing the fall of Rome. And for real, it started a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
But when they were trying to sell Joe Biden, one of the things they said is, don't worry, he's going to be able to negotiate with Republicans.
Yeah,
and
right.
He can't even negotiate with his own party.
Well, I will say that this is something we definitely agree with. So I'm very happy that we are on the same page, because he couldn't negotiate anything if his life depended on it. We really couldn't.
No.
But let's talk about lighter things here.
I think the cinema thing is light.
I don't care.
Oh, well, give me a kiss.
No.
No, why not?
I don't feel like it.
Well, you know what? We're going to start making videos of me asking you for kisses and you ignoring me and calling up Tim Scott. Saying, I'm sorry about my boyfriend, Tim.
Okay.
For real, I have a thing of popcorn at home. And some butter. And some salt. So thank you, Kirsten Sinema. My doctor's going to be very happy.
No, that's not her fault. It's your fault for putting all that butter and salt on it.
No, babes.
Yes, it is.
It's her fault,
yes,
because if she would just answer a damn question.
It's your fault because you're the one who slathers the butter and put the salt on it, and that's why your heart is going to be your arteries are going to be hardening.
But babes,
Bubs,
I'm only doing it because I want to watch
Bubs, come on,
a series of compilation videos.
Come on.
What?
Let's go down another hole.
Oh.
Not this one.
Okay. Oh, that's right, because it's...
Okay.
All right,
I'm not talking about me.
All right, sorry, babes. I love you. I love you, babes. Jaylo.
What's that?
You finished Ready Player One this week.
Yes. Well, yes. It was sometime this week. Yes, I did.
Overall thoughts on the book?
That was a crazy book, and it was full of twists and turns, and I think it's really cool how the author plays around not just with 80s culture, but plays around with how virtual reality in the book, how it almost seems like reality. And I also thought it was interesting too when you see James Halliday as he is at the end of towards the end of the book.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, I created the Oasis, which is a virtual reality. I created Oasis because I didn't like my own reality. And he said, but remember, I don't know, I'm going to butcher it. He said something to the effect of, reality is real. This isn't real. It's better to interact with people than to be cut off from other people. And that's what I think he was trying to say. And it really makes you think about stuff.
Like?
How people perceive each other online or even on the phone. And you may get a glimpse of what you think a person might look like because of their voice or because of their avatars, whatever. But you don't know the person inside and out until you actually spend time with that actual person.
I really enjoyed the book because I've read it 3 times. I'm not going to do that for something I hate.
Yeah.
One of the things I like was the twist with H. When you find out that H is actually a black lesbian woman.
I was not expecting that at all.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that at all.
I thought that was really cool. It's weird, like some people do diversity and representation rights, and others just don't. And I feel that in this book, Ernest Cline did it the correct way.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think the diversity thing has gone pretty crazy when people have tried to do it.
Yes, and occasionally it's done right.
Yeah.
Like, another example that we don't often talk about is the Shawshank Redemption.
Uh-huh.
Because in the book, Morgan Freeman's character is white and Irish.
Really?
Yeah. And so I could see somebody reading the book, then finding out Morgan Freeman was casting in it and think to themselves, oh, this is identity politics gone awry.
Yeah.
But then you actually see the movie and realize that this dude gave a masterful performance in it.
Yeah, he did. And did you like the book better or the story better than the movie?
No, I thought the movie blew the book out of the park. The short story is good, but the movie is just amazing.
Does it explain a lot? I mean, are the sisters in it and all that?
I believe the sisters are in it. And again, it's shown through Red's perspective.
Right.
It's not a bad short story, but I feel that Frank Darabont, the director, really made something special with the movie.
What about the beginning when all the guys are looking at the new prisoners and they're pretty much treating them like they're fresh meat?
I think that happens in the short story too.
Yeah, because they're catcalling them and all. Yeah. That's kind of disturbing. But I mean, I was wondering if any of the stuff in the story was in the movie.
Yes, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's called Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption.
Right. Well, yeah, the Rita Hayworth poster, I'm sure, was in the book.
Yes.
But, wow, Red was Irish? Huh. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
They kind of reference it in the movie. I don't know if you remember this, but at one point when they're first getting to know each other, Tim Robbins says, why do they call you Red? And, homeboy Morgan Freeman says, I guess it's because I'm Irish.
That had to be interesting.
Yes.
And obviously he's not Irish.
No, but he is an amazing actor. And he's great in that movie.
So what about the part in the last part of the movie where Andy Dufresne, as smart as he is, takes all that money to the bank?
I believe that happens, and if I'm remembering correctly, Red gets released, and the book ends before he actually makes it to see Andy. So he's like on the bus on the way to go see Andy after he deposited the money in the bank and left some cash for Red.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. And the library thing happened too?
I think so. They're kind of. I need to reread the story.
Yeah,
because it's been a while.
Did the chief was it the warden or the warden? Yeah, did the warden kill himself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
He was a bad warden.
That's right, and now he's with, he's in hell, waiting for Kirsten Cinema.
Bubs. All right. That's enough. That's enough.
All right. One last joke. Have you ever thought what it would be like, babes, if Kirsten Cinema went to baptism and they say, do you accept Jesus Christ into your heart as your Lord and Savior? And she refuses to answer the question.
Oh. Okay. It's getting a little bit old now.
Oh.
I love you, but it's getting a little bit old now.
I love you too, babes, and it's not getting old now.
Yes, it is.
Uh-oh.
You're the only one laughing.
So
in all fairness, though, I do think it's kind of funny and cute when you laugh at your own jokes.
Thank you, babes. Are we allowed to talk about last night? Near the end of last night?
Oh, the laugh fest that you were having?
Well, you were laughing too, babes.
Okay, I will say this. Your laugh is very infectious. I will tell you that.
Yes.
And so I could not help myself but join in at eventually. But I was trying to tell him a very serious story that I was listening to on a podcast. It's the first time I ever listened to this podcast. And it was about a woman and her husband. She got pregnant the first couple of times. Both of her babies died within hours. The first baby died in 10 hours. When the second baby was born, she died in 12 hours. But what he was laughing at was, so both of these babies had the same condition. I forgot, I think it was like hydrocephaly or something, or whatever it was. I forgot what it was. Anyway, so she thought that it was possible, and she knew it was possible that this baby would not survive, and she would survive for a little while and then eventually die. So she and her husband were doing all these things, like going to Disneyland and stop laughing.
Sorry, go ahead.
Going to Disneyland and
Oktoberfest.
No, they didn't go to Oktoberfest. They went to she went to see a bunch of boy band, which is kind of weird. Okay, listen for a minute. I know you guys are going to think it sounds really weird, and I thought it was weird too, honestly. But, because all these people knew that she was going to have... Stop laughing!
I'm sorry, babes.
All these people knew that she was going to have a difficult pregnancy because she didn't know if her daughter was going to survive. And, she was doing all these activities with people and, I don't know, taking pictures and whatnot. And because she wanted to, and I heard that babies in the womb can also experience things, or they know what's going on, what's going on inside of the womb. But I thought it was weird too. But he started laughing at that.
A death of a child, as you know, Jaylo, is never funny. Or maybe you don't know this, but I don't think a death of a child is ever.
It's
funny.
Not, or a death of two children.
No, and quite frankly, you started laughing last night when I was a little bit offended by that.
No. Let me tell you, I was offended that he was laughing, and then it got to the point where he laughed so much that I was like, "What's wrong?" And then I started laughing because he was laughing. Okay, but it wasn't because of the dead babies.
Yeah, that's very offensive, babes. But
you didn't seem offended last night.
Well, I was seething inside with anger.
No, you weren't. You were the one laughing the most and the hardest.
Okay, so I believe, if I remember the story right, the birth defect had something to do with the brain and the skull. Yes. So their brains didn't develop fully. So how were they?
One of the babies, the first baby's skull, I think the skull and the brain didn't develop, or the skull, no, I'm sorry. What didn't develop first?
Okay, so
the skull didn't develop in the first baby, but the brain did.
Gotcha.
I think. Whatever it is, they had both babies had something wrong with their brains and skulls.
So I'm sure they're really going to enjoy that Backstreet Boys concert.
Bubs. Yeah, I know. I thought it was weird too, but he just started laughing.
No, because
all they wanted to do is to celebrate their daughters, even if they knew that they were going to die. That's all I was trying to say, but you kept laughing at me.
Oh, all right, bitch. Hold on. No tickle.
Insensitive.
I'm not insensitive. I think the death of a child.
And now I know that if it were me, I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
like for example, if we got married and I had your child and I knew that it was possible that this baby could die, I wouldn't do what they did.
We're not going to go and see Metallica.
No.
Or a baby's dying. Let's go see if Ice Cube's doing some shows.
No. I think they were trying to see if they could make memories for those babies, because a lot of these people that were performing and all, the people that she met, they would point to her belly. But I don't know. I mean, I've heard that babies can hear things from inside of the womb.
No, but
or feel things from inside of the womb. So,
but they can't interpret them, right? Yeah. So I don't know. It sounded kind of like, this is a little bit weird. And I was laughing at the absurdity of the whole thing. Like, your baby's not going to know that you went to Disney.
And I told him, well, I don't think you would have thought it was that funny if you ever heard the story, because, I mean, they tried to find a way to celebrate the lives of their kids, even if they knew that they were going to die. And they did have another daughter, healthy daughter, yeah. And they adopted a little boy. So they had 2 more kids added to their family. And
those kids have never been to Disneyland.
I don't know, Bubs. I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Let me ask you something, babes.
What? I don't know if I want to answer this question.
So I said I had a question for you. I want to phrase this in a correct way. Let's say you found out, okay, let's say you have a friend, because you don't drink or do drugs. You have a friend who finds out that their kid has the same thing going on with it. And, so they go to Disneyland, they go see all the Justin Bieber and everybody else.
Or whatever band they want, or whatever, they go to nice restaurants or whatever.
Yeah, they see Paul McCartney live.
Yeah.
They're living it up.
Okay.
Would it be cool to you if they went to Oktoberfest and got really drunk, since their kid's going to die anyway?
No.
Okay.
No, they shouldn't be drinking when they're pregnant anyway. Despite, they shouldn't be drinking anyway, at all when they're pregnant. So, I've never been to Oktoberfest. Is that what happens?
Yes, people tend
But there's other stuff going on there too, right? Besides.
Yeah.
What do they do there?
I don't know. No, for real. I went to an Oktoberfest thing twice, and I wasn't there for that long. I forgot how I got in there. And the way I remember it, because both instances were several years ago, is I went with a couple different people, and we got these tickets, and we could exchange the tickets for beers. Oh, wow. I was probably done a lot differently in Germany, but I live in the United States, where we Americanize everything.
This was in Portland?
One of the times was in Portland, and I think the other occasion was in Colorado.
I didn't realize that Oktoberfest was a nationwide thing. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I've been hearing about it, but I've never been to Oktoberfest. And, I heard that a lot of things go on there, like there's music and some other stuff, but I didn't know about.
Well, if you ever get pregnant,
if I decide to get pregnant,
we will go to Oktoberfest.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Well, Disneyland. You were still laughing this morning about it, though.
I wasn't laughing at all this morning.
Yes, you were.
No.
Sometimes, babes, when we do this, it feels like you're trying to PC it up a little.
No, I'm not trying to PC it up. I'm actually saying that I didn't laugh about this morning.
Oh.
And
yes.
I was laughing because you were laughing. At least I admit that I was laughing.
Okay.
But I wasn't laughing at the story I told you, because you were trying to make a joke out of it.
Oh, just the way I am, babes.
Oh.
It's hard for me. I have difficulty just listening to people tell serious stuff and not finding some humor.
And I said, what if something really does happen where one of my relatives dies and all you want to do is make me laugh, but I'm crying really, really hard?
You would know how much I love you, because even in your hour of need, I was still trying to bring out some humor.
I wouldn't feel that way for a while.
Oh.
I would be like, can you just let me cry and let me cry by myself?
Interesting.
Yeah. Or what if I got really upset with you and you wanted to give me a kiss and I was really not feeling it. And I said, I really don't want to kiss you right now. I'm very upset with you. Could you please go away?
We'll deal with that road when we get there.
That's never happened. I hope it doesn't happen for a very, very long time. No, he's that charming, folks.
I'm going to copy the Jesse thing from Before Midnight, where I start talking about how I'm a time traveler from the future, and you're about to have the best sex of your life, and you still have a great ass at 80.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
They had a very weird relationship.
Those are such great movies.
Yeah, I honestly think that Before Sunrise was the best one.
I do too, but the sequels were solid. Good. It wasn't like Before Sunrise is a masterpiece and everything else is just, bullshit.
I will say that Before Midnight was definitely a buildup of everything.
Yes.
I mean, for sure. It was like the biggest fight you saw between the two characters.
That was great.
Yeah. I was impressed to know that those extra actors in the dinner scene, I guess, or the dinner party scene, they weren't really actors.
I don't know about all of them, but the old guy whose house they were staying at, I think he was a cameraman.
Because he was supposed to be the grandpa, right?
Or
the writer or whatever.
He was a writer who, I think some of the people there were his grandkids, but other people were just folks that he thought were interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great movies.
And wasn't he related to the young guy with his girlfriend?
He might have been.
Okay.
Yes. I know the original film a lot better than I know the sequels. Because I grew up watching that movie.
Okay.
Yes. But we can talk about Jesse and Celine anytime.
Right.
Jaylo.
Yes. Sorry.
I read a book last Sunday called The Secret History.
Mm-hmm.
The basic premise is there is a college-aged man who goes away to school in, I want to say Vermont. It's either Vermont or New Hampshire. He's doing his courses, enjoying life, but is fascinated by this Latin class. And hardly anybody can get into it. There's only 5 students because the professor is very picky. But eventually, the professor agrees to let him in, provided that he will only take classes from this professor. Mm-hmm. So the guy joins the group, and the other members of the class become very close to him, and there's a couple murders that take place in the book. Mm-hmm. It's good, but it goes on a little bit too long, and I thought it was going to be more about the lessons that the professor teaches them instead of about this murder. Because the one murder kind of sets things off in another direction. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It was okay. It was good. It was
okay, yeah. But we did finish a book. Actually, I finished it before him.
Well, we should also say I had read it before.
And I had read it before, too.
And my mom had issues that are still affecting me to this day, so.
Okay. What does that have to do with the book?
Well, it has to do with the book, babes, because I talked to a mental health professional today, and he said that this thing is affecting me, and he realized it when I told him what the issue was with my mom. So therefore, it threw me for a loop, babes.
I was talking about the other book.
I know you were talking about the other book, but I'm saying I was about to start the other book when I had...
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm,
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So not only did I finish the book, which I had already read, I did it while dealing with issues from my childhood.
Oh my goodness.
And you just read a book. Oh, that's
I reread it because I read it in high school.
Okay, good. Are we going to talk about the book?
Yes.
But first, I'm going to need a kiss.
Maybe I'll give you one.
Oh, what is? Give me a kiss.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my badness. Keep going.
Okay. So this book is called The Giver. I'm really thinking about reading the sequels. But it's The Giver by Lois Lowry. She wrote this in 1993. And it is about a boy named Jonas. Yeah, that was not his last name.
No, sorry. I had a burp.
They don't have last names, apparently, I guess. Who lives in a community where everything is in the state of sameness, which means that the weather is always the same. Jobs are picked out for people. Spouses are picked out for people. They're always, they always have an abundance of food because the food is provided for people. The trash is always taken out for people. People's modes of transportation is, for the most part, bicycles, unless there's like a plane overhead. Mm-hmm. Usually they're riding around in bicycles, and I don't believe that there's any cars or automobiles, or any kind of vehicle besides bicycles. And it's interesting how it works when people have their birthdays every year, and apparently everybody has a birthday in December. It's kind of strange, toward the end of the year. But one of the most meaningful birthdays is the ceremony of 12s, when 12-year-old children, boys and girls, get their job assignments and they begin their training, their adult training for these assignments. Jonas, and I'm skipping some parts because there's some things in there that are little details. Jonas is selected to be a receiver of memory, the receiver of memory. And the last receiver of memory was a failure. So she had to be what is called released. Would you like to chime in, or do you want me to keep going?
You can keep going if you want.
All right. So Jonas gets training from a man who calls himself the Giver. He was also a former receiver, and he's giving Jonas memories about sled rides and snow and sunshine and rain, and he also has really harsh memories like warfare and seeing a dead elephant and sunburn and breaking a leg and physical pain. I also should mention that there is a young child who is named Gabriel, that his father brings home from the nurturing center because he was just a newborn, and they were they were keeping him in the house at night so that he could get bigger and stronger. And I'll get to that in a little bit. So the Giver is giving him all these memories. Jonas finds out that the former receiver was a girl named Rosemary. And Rosemary wanted to experience everything. And the Giver wanted to give her all the memories, but he could not imagine inflicting pain on her. So she requested that she couldn't, deal with it anymore. And she couldn't deal with these memories, so she requested to be released. And Jonas found out, and I'm going to talk about being released at the end of this thing.
Go ahead.
So, long story short, because there is a lot of details, Jonas, the Giver gives Jonas permission to watch what happens in the Hall of Records when babies are released. And he's pretty horrified. So the Giver and Jonas make a plan as to how he was going to escape. But the minute he gets back home to eat his meal, he finds out that Gabriel is in fact going to be released the next morning. So he hatches a plan to escape with him and Gabriel on his father's bike where everybody is sleeping, and they escape through the snow for a few days, and they're able to take a sled to the top of the hill where they sled until they reach whatever destination they're at. So I left a lot of things out, but I think you all should read the book because it's really good and it's not very long.
And released means
pretty much killing somebody off. So they would release children and adults, especially the old. And nobody knew what released was.
And apparently, in the second book, since Jonas knows that Gabe might be released if they get caught, he takes him to Disneyland.
We don't know that for sure. Okay. All right.
That was funny. Come on.
That was kind of funny. Okay. But I have a lot to say about The Giver because there's so much.
Tell me
things to make you think.
What did you think about when reading the book? What especially about this book made Alana ponder life?
Well, I forgot how good it was because I read this. Good book. I read this book my junior year of high school, and I knew it was good, but reading it as a grown adult now, this is a book that people should really read. Whether you're in 6th grade or high school age or even older readers, because, imagine a utopia where everything is picked for you, including your job and spouse. Everything is provided for you, but the catch is that you don't have any memories of the past. No memories of love, no memories of hatred, no memories of bad things, no memories of good things. And I've wondered that, is it really worth losing all those memories?
To me, when I think of this book, I think the reason that you read it in like middle school or high school is because in some ways, it's kind of like what it's like to be white in America after World War II. Because
I never thought it was going to be about a race thing, but okay. Let's go there, I guess.
Okay, babes. Let me pontificate a little bit, and then you can push back.
All right.
If you're white, you're more likely to have a higher income. Not always, I know, because I came from poor white folk. But I'm just saying in general. And from America, after World War II, you were probably you had a higher likelihood of being born in a 2-household family where you maybe got coddled a little bit. And around 6th grade, you start to realize that the system isn't what you were raised to believe. That the good guys don't always win. In fact, rarely win. And that sometimes things go horrible in life. And so it feels like this is an analogy for what it's like to grow up, right? So they hatch this plan, he's going to leave, and then the entire community is going to have to deal with these bad memories. You knocked the recorder out of my hand again. Okay. Just like you start to deal with bad stuff in your life when you reach a certain age and you realize that the world isn't like your parents may have taught you to believe, or the media.
And The Giver, well, going back to the actual book, The Giver does talk about Rosemary, and I guess I should mention that Rosemary was his daughter.
Yeah.
And he was ready to go anyway. And it was just a matter of time before he he wanted to be released to be with his daughter.
But what did you think of my take on it?
There might be some truth to that. Yes. I don't know if it's all true. I guess you could apply the same thing to Asian families too, because it's so different to be for an Asian family to grow up in an Asian country versus what's going on here, right?
Okay.
And I guess I think about how people grew up in the 50s, where more specifically 50s TV shows, right? Where things are not always what they seem. The mother's cooking and she's at home, father's working, there's 2.5 kids or whatever it is. It's like your average family unit. And, and also too, I thought what was really interesting, and I know I'm kind of going all over the place.
Yeah.
What I thought was really interesting about the book where the amount of children were controlled in families, and the amount of children that women were able to have were only 3 per woman. And then when the women and men got old and their children grew up, they had to be a part of the adults without children. They had to live with the adults that have no children, and until they get to the house of the old. So I thought it was very interesting how things were just set up that way.
What does this book teach us about groupthink?
It's bad. Groupthink is not good, and I think it teaches not just young readers, but adults to learn how to question things.
Well, did you just say learn how to question things?
To learn how to question things.
Groupthink doesn't teach you how to.
No. I wasn't talking about groupthink teaching anybody that. I'm saying to question groupthink.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Right. Questioning groupthink is always good.
Let's dig a little bit deeper with groupthink for a moment. It's easy for everybody to fall into that. Now, we have the benefit of living in a country that's so big, and in some ways this is bad, that there are different pockets of groupthink. So if you lived in a small town that's its own deal, it's possible everybody could think the same way. But now we have these pockets to where everybody has their own insane ideas that they can believe online.
You're talking about cliques, right?
Yeah, cliques, basically.
Yes.
And this town is a big clique.
Yeah, it is.
And I guess what I want to ask you, is there any part of you that is afraid of maybe finding a small town and falling into the mentality of whatever the group says is correct?
No.
See, I fear that for myself.
I don't. I think because when I was a kid, I remember how gullible I used to be, right? And kids go through a gullible stage because they don't know any better. But I think now that I'm an adult and I know that it's okay to question things, and I did grow up in a family where I was not allowed to question anything.
Kind of like the opposite of me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we grew up in different backgrounds. Because I know now that it is okay to ask questions and it's not disrespectful and people should ask questions, I'm not afraid of it so much.
That's interesting. And it's kind of like, because I've asked a lot of questions and also read stories about skeptics who have fallen into these traps, I actually am afraid that I could fall into groupthink fairly easily.
Yeah, some people are going to be lemmings and follow other people off cliffs. Not literally. But I feel like now that I am a little bit more mature, I don't feel like I'm that susceptible to falling for something like that.
Fascinating.
It is fascinating, isn't it?
Yes.
Because you would think I would, but because now that my mind has matured into how I think about things now and how I see things now, I don't think I'm as susceptible as I could have been.
Let's replace the word town, because it's not really realistic based on where we live, with the word church.
Metropolis. Okay. Oh,
because,
I've even questioned things at churches too.
Yeah, that's a version of a small community.
Exactly.
Okay, and now I'm going to flip it for you even a little bit more.
All right.
Let's say that you go to a church and you question things, but it's not whether they're too liberal, it's whether they're too conservative. So, an example might be, you go to a church and they say something like, if you're not married, it is a sin to hold your partner's hand, and you will be going to hell.
This is like the most extreme example, right? Yeah. And obviously that is absolutely untrue.
But if you went to a church and you've been a regular member for a couple years, and one day they say, going forward, if you are caught holding hands with somebody that you're not married to, just let it be known you're probably going to be going to hell. And your partner will be too.
Where are you going with this?
Do you think that you would have the courage to stand up and leave that church?
Of course I would.
Okay.
And you know, that's happened to me where I've questioned things, but yeah, I've questioned things and I didn't go back anymore. And I wasn't even a member of the church. I just didn't come back.
Yeah, but we're giving the scenario, you're a member of this church and you've been going there for years.
Yes, I would definitely stand up and I would leave. I would say I'm packing my stuff. I'm going, and this is not where I should be, and I'm gonna and I think it would be for good reason, because that is insane. That is really insane.
I think it's easy to say that, and it's easy to stand up.
Well, and I say that I could do that because I had to do that before.
Right, but here's the difference. It's easy to stand up and question a church and leave a church if you haven't been going there for a while. But if you've been a member for years and they slowly indoctrinate you, I think it would be very difficult, actually.
Oh, it would be difficult for sure, but it also wouldn't be like the end of the world, because I've known people that have had to leave their the churches that they were members of for years, and they had to leave because of what was being taught and because of things that were happening that were pushed under the rug. I know of people that have had to do that, and I can understand why it was so difficult for them. And yes, it would be hard, but I believe I would get through it. My
mind goes to things like the People's Temple. Jim Jones.
My goodness, yes, and some people never left it.
Exactly. And
they died, yeah.
There were people who left the church, but I'm sure that there were other people who died.
Yeah.
And if you would have told them 10 years earlier, you're going to follow this man to your death.
They wouldn't have believed you.
Exactly.
And then there's also the people of Colorado City, Arizona, and the Yearning for Zion ranch in Texas that was headed by Warren Jeffs, who used to be the prophet of that sect of LDS Mormons. And no, they wouldn't have died, but some people will like follow that man to the ends of the earth because they really think that he is their prophet.
Yeah, but as far as we know, no one has died from his teachings, at least not yet. Or am I correct on that or no?
I don't believe anyone has died from his teachings, but I think he's still in prison.
Oh.
And I think he might, I mean, he doesn't have very long, I don't think. He's an old guy. But people, I mean, remember, I think I may not have told you about this, but Oprah did visit the YFZ ranch in Texas, Yearning for Zion Ranch in Texas. And so many things were different, like, which is odd, like kids were allowed to have cell phones, but they weren't allowed to play games, I think, if I'm not mistaken. They had to study about the Mormon prophets, which is kind of strange. They had to learn about everybody in their community, and they were just so closed off from everybody else. And so I thought it was kind of interesting how they would do that. And that would be the same thing for like the people of North Korea that were under Kim Jong-il and Kim Jong-un's regime. Right? They were so closed off, and they had to watch the dear leader on TV giving them messages and propaganda. And I mean, it's so interesting.
Yes. Well, I'm glad you don't think you could fall into that situation.
I don't believe so. I don't think I'm as susceptible as I could have been, I don't know, like 20 years ago, 30 years ago.
I don't know, babes.
When I was more naive.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know, babes.
I don't know either.
But I still love you.
Okay.
What else did the book make you think about?
Just, what we take for granted. We have our memories, good and bad memories, but we also have seasons. We also have fun experiences like skiing down snowbanks or hills, or, if people go on sleds, they can do that. I mean, I cannot imagine myself living in a utopia where things are handed to us, but we don't experience anything else. We just experience the day-to-day life of the community.
I wouldn't necessarily call that a utopia.
Well, I mean, in the book, it's written as it could be a utopia for them.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's a dystopia. Whatever.
But it's disguised.
It's disguised as a utopia, but it really isn't a utopia. It's a utopia for the people that choose to remain in the community.
In some ways, I don't want to read sequels to this book because I know I'm skeptical, but it kind of feels to me as an outsider like, oh, she probably just wrote sequels to make more money. Because it's kind of nice to not know what happens to these characters.
And I do want to know what happens to the characters. I don't want to just be like, okay, Jonas and Gabriel escape, but you don't know whatever happens to them. I do want to know what happens to these characters. I want to know if they end up in families that are good families and that they're able to experience memories. And, I want to know whatever becomes of these two boys.
Yes.
And Jonas was brave for taking the chance to take Gabriel and leave.
But did he really have a choice?
He didn't have a choice.
Because if he would have stayed there, okay, yeah, Gabriel would have died. But let's look at what would have happened to Jonas. It's not like his life would have been a cakewalk either. Being the giver.
Of course. Well, he would have been the receiver, yes.
The receiver, yeah.
But then he would have to give the memories to the people if, once the giver was gone.
Yeah, assuming that he would have stayed with the initial plan.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I think Jonas had to for sure leave. He didn't really... It's not brave of him. Maybe it's brave of him to take the little kid.
Well, what I mean was it was brave of him to escape his household is what I was trying to say.
I don't know.
But I think he didn't... He knew that he had to go because the giver said that if you go, they will forget you and then they'll have all the memories that you had. That I gave you.
Yeah. I don't know if it's brave of him. I think it's brave of him to take Gabe with him. Mm-hmm. But eventually Jonas was going to have to go regardless of what was going to happen to Gabe.
Mm. Okay. Well, I don't know. I thought it was.
Oh.
Just because he's 12 years old and, never experienced life outside his community.
Yeah, but he also knows if he stays, he's going to have all this pain that the giver has. Because that's what he was selected to do.
I know that. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying, I don't know.
Oh. I still love you, babes.
Okay.
Even if we disagree on whether or not he's brave.
Oh my goodness.
I did enjoy the book.
It was a good book. But I'm planning on reading the sequels.
Yes, after Tune In, maybe.
Okay.
But babes, before we get to Tune In,
yes.
Have we selected or have you decided what C.S. Lewis book we're going to read?
No, I said I wanted to read the Screw Tape Letters.
We are for sure doing that then?
Yes.
All right, good.
Yes.
It's on Bard. You're probably going to do that version, and I'm going to do the John Cleese one.
Actually, I do want to read the John Cleese one.
Well, it's on YouTube. It's in a bunch of different parts.
Did he didn't act it out then, it sounds like.
I don't know. I haven't checked it out yet. But years ago, I was hanging with a friend, and he starts talking about the Screw Tape Letters. Mm-hmm. And so the John Cleese did a version of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would like to listen to what he how he reads it because I thought it was really cool that he narrated the Screw Tape Letters.
Yes. So that'll be fun, and then hopefully we'll get that done by the end of the week, maybe even earlier.
We'll see.
And I think it's a short book, babes.
Okay.
I want to take my time, Bob.
Bug.
Well, I'm going to eat a minute a day.
Bug.
I'm just kidding, babes. At half speed. Okay. I'll get back to you in 2023, Bubs. I love you, babes. What?
Man, oh man.
What?
I'm the butt of your jokes today.
No, babes, come on. I like to have fun.
Oh, whatever.
Come over here.
No.
Yeah, give me a kiss.
I'm over here.
Okay, I'll go over there. Give me a kiss.
What?
No, I don't know. I love you, babes.
What?
I don't know.
What did I say now?
No, I don't know. I came over here last night. Yesterday was Saturday, and I hung out with a friend of mine. Mm-hmm. Then I got over here at like 4:30.
Yeah, about that time, closer to 5.
You were gracious enough.
Yeah.
To order some Panda Express.
Yeah, somehow we ended up ordering what we usually order. Oh. But I have leftovers, so I'll probably be eating that tomorrow.
Nice.
And then should I talk about the pie?
Go ahead if you want to.
Well, really quickly, I bought 4 little pecan pies, and because my wick has never tried pecan pie.
Yes.
So I decided to give us some pie this morning, and he said he really likes it.
It was good.
And I'm surprised that you never had it because
I don't think I have.
Because it's a pie that people like to eat like during the holiday season besides pumpkin and other pies. And I'm like, this is why I don't eat pecan pie like for a very, very long time. And that pie is my dad's favorite pie. He likes things with pecans in it. So I just thought that I'd like to share that with you, and it sounds like you like it.
It was good.
It's very good.
Yes.
And it can be made with chocolate, from what I understand.
Nice.
I never had a chocolate pecan pie, but it sounds really good.
Decadent.
Yes. Very decadent.
Yes.
It was a decadent pie. So anyway, he came over before 5. We had dinner, and then we started watching the movie.
We watched Jaylo Doesn't Live Here Anymore.
It's Alice.
Doesn't Live Here Anymore.
With Ellen Burstyn as Alice.
Yes. And then we watched The Postman Always Rings Twice. And, oh, babes.
Yeah.
There's 2 versions of it on HBO Max.
Yeah.
So I clicked play on the newer version. Luckily, I realized like 5 minutes in, why is Christopher Lloyd and Jack Nicholson in this movie?
Was that in the 70s?
I'm thinking either that or 80s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was early on in the film, and we went to the original version.
Yeah, and the original version is interesting. But why don't we start with the first movie first?
Do you want me to give an overview of the first film?
I will.
Okay.
I'll give an overview of the first film, and you can chime in.
Yes.
So it starts off with, and this is kind of a weird beginning, because you see this girl, Alice. I don't know if do you see her parents or just her mom? Just
her mom, and she's on a farm.
Yeah. She's on a farm, and I don't know how her life was on the farm because you don't really... I mean, what do you see in the beginning? Like, when they're rolling the credits, it's just her on the farm. Is she doing anything?
She's like walking around, talking to herself, and the mom calls her in.
Yeah.
And then she kind of curses a little bit and goes inside.
The mom?
No, Alice does.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, yeah, it was a weird beginning. So it's implied that it's possible that she was raised by a dysfunctional mother. I'm guessing.
Okay.
And then you see her in the 70s. She, it's kind of weird how it transitioned into the 70s. And then she is married to this very abusive guy, and they have one child. All those things happen, and, people are, her friends are wondering what's going on, and he dies, and then, she decides that she and her son are going to move and get out of that place where she lived. I don't know where she lived.
I think in Arizona or California.
No, before she left.
Yeah, that's what I said. I think she was in either Arizona or California.
Arizona. It might have been Arizona. I don't know. But anyway, she leaves. They're traveling from hotel to hotel because she's trying to find a job as a singer. That's what she likes to do, and that's what she's done. And the two places that she was at didn't work out. She ends up meeting... She wasn't working at this bar, was she?
Yes, she was.
She was working at the bar, okay. She was working at, I think it was Jacob's place or something. She was working at the bar. She meets this guy. They start dating. And then one day the little boy asks about Ben, that's his name. And it's...
Ben is the name of the guy she's dating.
Yes. Ben's wife comes to the motel, expresses to her that... hey, by the way, this is my husband, and she said, I'm so sorry.
Well, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm just moving around.
Oh my goodness.
I'm like, kind of uncomfortable here because, yeah.
Oh, because of the thing that's going on.
The thing, yeah.
Yes.
It's all right.
What happens at the end of a sentence?
Oh my goodness.
All right, keep going, babes.
Would you please?
Go ahead.
Okay. So, anywho, that's going on, and... Ben looks for the wife and almost kills her and breaks the door in, and there's glass everywhere. And then he tells Alice that he's going to pick her up at 1:30 from work. And then she decides that, okay, we got to pack everything up and close the suitcases, and then we're going to leave. So they finally get out of there, and I think they head to Tucson, because they were in Phoenix at the time. Head to Tucson. She finds a job at Mel's Diner, and she meets Flo and Vera and that weird waitress lady. I don't know what her name is. That's kind of weird. Daddy Duke. And David is the guy who comes to that restaurant quite often, who's played by Chris Christopherson. Yeah, Chris Christopherson. And he plays guitar, and he gets to know Alice, and they're starting to fall in love, and then one day David dares to discipline her son Tommy, because Tommy is really out of sorts. Because nobody ever did. His father never disciplined him and all that. And she's arguing with him because he's trying to tell her how to raise her child when all he wants to do is help her raise him and be with her. And she won't, she won't listen. Chime in if you would, please.
She leaves with Tommy. And she is super pissed. Tommy gets in the car. He starts, making some noise. And eventually she makes him walk home. Mm-hmm. He's kind of dating this other little kid played by Jodie Foster. And I think her character's name is... not Audrey. She calls herself Audrey, but her name
is Doris.
Yeah.
I don't think they're dating. I think they're just friends.
And... oh, that's my stomach. Anyways, Doris gets Tommy drunk. They're at the hospital. It's either a hospital or like a
doctor's office or whatever.
Something like
clinic
that.
Or...
Yeah. She gets him out of there, goes back to work, has a talk with, is it Flo?
Flo, yeah. And Flo is like one of those, she's one of the main waitresses. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Eventually, Chris Christopherson comes back and says, you have good memories. What's the place? It's someplace it's Monterey.
Monterey, California.
Yeah, I used to know that. My sister used to live there.
Yeah.
You have good memories of Monterey. I will drop everything and drive you there. She's like, no, it's okay, bro. But they hug each other. They smile and everything's cool. And then she's talking with Tommy later, and it seems like they're going to patch up the relationship, and she's going to get back with her man.
Well, she says, I'm sorry, if you don't want to go to, we don't end up going to Monterey for your birthday, then, we can go wherever you want. And she's like, really? So, I can stay here? And she says, oh, well, I thought you wanted to go to Monterey. It's like, no, that's what you wanted to do. And she's like, okay, well, we're staying here. So they end up staying in Tucson.
And you hear her playing piano. The movie ends.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to sound like a complete idiot for a minute.
Okay.
Apparently, there is a TV show called Alice that's based on this movie.
Yeah.
And I'd never seen it. And there's some lady on there who says, kiss my grits.
That's Flo.
So, I've heard the term Flo from Nell's Diner. So I thought that there was a TV show called Nell's Diner.
No.
Back in the day.
Yeah, Mel's Diner is...
Or Mel's Diner.
Not Nell. Mel's Diner is referring to the Alice doesn't live here anymore, the diner in that movie. So I didn't know about this until I read about the show Alice.
And you've actually watched this show.
A little bit here and there. I used to watch reruns on TBS in the 80s when I was a kid.
You had cable in the 80s?
Yes, I did. I did have cable in the 80s. My grandma had cable. My parents had cable. So I was very fortunate. I was watching TV a lot, so because I could. That's why I was watching Nickelodeon. That's why I was able to watch Nickelodeon so much, Bubs.
Wow, well, good for you, babes.
And the Disney Channel, so okay. I could educate you on some of the culture there.
Nice, the Disney Channel culture,
or something like that. It was much better back then. But anyway, yeah, I watched a little bit of Alice.
I've never seen the show.
Stars Linda Lavin.
But apparently it was super popular. It ran for 9 years, according to Miss A.
Yes.
I have a question for you. And you may or may not know this. I don't know how closely the TV show sticks to the movie, though. But what happens to Alice after this experience? Do her and David get married? Do they have more kids? What goes on there?
I heard they... I have to read it again, but it sounded like they didn't. But I haven't watched that show in years, and I want to see if I can stream it. I don't know where it streams, but I haven't watched that show in years, and I haven't watched all of it, and I read the Wikipedia article on it. But I read that she didn't, or that maybe they were going to, but I don't remember. But I believe, if I remember correctly, I think David does appear in the show.
Let's focus on the actual film for a minute.
Yeah.
What can we learn about taking a different path than the one we set out to take?
Well, sometimes it's not the path you planned, but it can end up really good. Sometimes it's... Ooh, boy, your tummy's growling, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I'll get you some snacks.
Oh.
What I mean is, it could be that even though it's the path that you didn't choose to take, it might end up being the path that you should have taken anyway. That makes any sense.
Yeah. I keep going back to the TV show for some reason that I've never seen.
Uh-huh.
Do you think that it's based in the same universe as this diner? Is this movie? Or are they two alternative universes with the same characters?
Well, the only difference, I think, is that it's made into a sitcom. It's not made into a drama.
But are they in the same reality? Or are they parallel universes? Like on Star Trek?
Well, I mean, with any adaptation, you're going to notice differences, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it is or not. I never paid attention to that at 7 years old.
Interesting.
So,
interesting.
I have no idea.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I do remember watching Alice when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Reruns.
I hope that Martin Scorsese got paid for that TV show. Even though he probably wasn't involved. I hope that they threw him something. You know, because it's based on one of his movies. This does not feel like a Scorsese film to me. And I mean that in a good way. I love Scorsese, but I think it's really cool when a director does something that you don't expect.
Mm-hmm. And you thought he did a good job in this.
Yes. How did you feel about that?
I haven't watched a lot of Scorsese stuff. I mean, I watched Gangs of New York, and that was very violent.
Mm-hmm.
And it definitely was not like Gangs of New York. But I thought this was even more. I thought this was violent even for the 70s. As far as a movie like this,
it's violent. I don't know if I'd say even for the 70s.
I mean, you know what I mean. I mean, I didn't expect it for a movie like this.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I mean. The violence it wasn't a lot of violence, but it was violent.
We probably disagree about when Chris Christopherson disciplined Tommy.
Okay.
Because I'm against hitting kids.
Yes. And there is a distinction between spanking kids and actually disciplining them and also beating children until they're bloody and bruised. I think there's a major difference.
I think there's a major difference too. However, you don't want to show kids that you can handle things with violence.
And let me just explain to you something really quick. I don't think that all parents would resort to spanking them, like, for, what do you call it? Every time. But there are times where they have tried things like, okay, I'm going to give you a timeout, and that never works. It doesn't seem like it works. I'm going to take away your privileges. I'm going to ground you. And sometimes kids need a swat on the butt because that's, it'll hurt for a little while, but they're going to get over it. I know that because that's happened to me.
This actually wasn't where I was planning to go with this.
Yeah.
Because spanking is wrong. But
to you it is.
I think our culture would be better if we didn't do stuff like that.
Actually, I don't think that's true.
Oh?
Yeah.
Well, good. But, yes. You know who was spanked a lot as a kid?
Who?
Kirsten Sinema.
Fuck.
No, I don't know.
Could you stop talking about her seriously?
No, she was actually asked about that and refused to answer. No. I don't know if she was or wasn't. She was asked if she was spanked as a child and just walked on by.
Maybe I should get out the belt.
Ooh.
No, I shouldn't.
I might enjoy that too much.
I think you... Ow.
Oh, sorry, babes.
I think you would enjoy that too much.
All right. But my question was, despite the fact that Chris Christopherson spanked Tommy, and I disagree with that, I do think that he was a good father figure for this kid.
Yeah, and I think that's all he was trying to do. Mm-hmm. I don't think he was trying to hurt the boy. I think that he needed to be disciplined because he wasn't disciplined.
Well, I didn't want this to turn into a debate about spanking.
I know.
What I'm trying to say is...
But I do believe that he was a good father figure, yes.
Do you think that he's going to continue to be a good father figure for this kid as he grows up?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do. I mean, because remember when he said things like, well, I may disagree with his music, but I can like him.
Yeah, Tommy says that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's learning how to like him and, because he just lost his dad. And his dad wasn't exactly the best father anyway.
Right.
But I think that, David, Chris Christopherson's character is an example of what how a stable man can help a kid. It sounds like emotionally stable guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this movie. I'd give it probably a strong 7.
I think I gave it a 7.
Okay.
Yes. I think I like the next one slightly better.
Yeah, I think maybe I do too. I don't know. It's close.
Yeah. I like that scene. I forgot to mention. Remember that scene where they're throwing soda at each other and ice?
Yeah, that's fun.
It's like, all right, you have to stop now.
Because it's showing that you're not just watching a woman leaving all these abusive situations, but that she can actually enjoy herself a little bit.
Yeah, and I liked it. I liked that she was enjoying herself with her son. Because you kind of see her son getting kind of bored and he was kind of moody and he was, acting out. But I'm glad that you actually show that they're having fun together.
I agree, babes.
Yes.
Would you recommend this film to anybody in your real life? And if so, what is your elevator pitch?
I don't have an elevator pitch for this one.
Oh, would you recommend it though?
Yeah, I guess my elevator pitch is if you've seen the show Alice, now you can see the movie that it was based on.
Oh, so here's a question I have for you, since
Yes.
I've never seen this Alice show.
Yeah.
What do you like better, the movie or the TV series?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's a good question because they're both kind of different.
Mm.
And I haven't seen, like I said, I haven't seen Alice in years, so I don't know. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Since before I was born.
Oh my goodness, you were born, you just never saw it.
Uh-oh.
Because you didn't have cable.
Uh-oh, and you're gonna hold that over me for the rest of my life.
Why?
I don't know. Because that's what you do.
I wouldn't do that, it's mean.
Okay, good.
Oh, Bubby.
Well, good, babes. I'm glad you liked it.
Oh. Yes.
Moving on.
Moving on.
We saw another movie
Oh my goodness, this was a crazy movie.
called The Postman Always Rings Twice.
Yes. Yeah, I think you should give a recap of this one.
Okay. There is a hitchhiker who gets off somewhere in California and he got a ride from the district attorney.
Mm-hmm.
He's near this hamburger restaurant. It's a small town in Cali. A man comes out, he's a little bit older, and says, "Come in, I'll show you my place." Excuse me. The old guy goes outside for a second. His wife comes down, a young Alana Turner who played
Cora Smith.
Cora Smith. And her husband was
Nick.
Nick
Smith.
And the hitchhiker is Frank.
Yes, his name was Frank Chambers.
Frank is attracted to Cora from day one. In fact, he kisses her.
That was weird.
That was weird. But I like that she didn't just fall into his arms immediately.
No, she's just like, I don't like this guy.
She's all into Nick because it's implied that he has a little bit of money.
Uh-huh.
And doesn't really have sex with Cora that often.
How do you know?
It's implied in the movie, babes.
Okay. I am.
At one point, Frank has been there for a while.
Uh-huh.
They're starting to get to know each other. Nick plays guitar and then puts on some Latin music for Cora to dance with Frank to.
Which is like, oh, why would you put that song on? It sounds like tango music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They go to the beach, start enjoying life. And Cora says, "I really don't want to give up this place. I think it could be a very successful business if Nick was out of the picture. So why don't we kill him?"
Well, no, you're forgetting.
What's up?
They are starting this affair.
I know, that's what I said.
Yes.
I forgot something that I already said.
No, I mean, you forgot that they were falling in love with each other.
No, I didn't say it in so many words, but it was implied.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Okay. Go on.
They hatch this plan to kill Nick, but a few things go wrong. An officer comes by. There is a cat who climbs
Step ladder
and hits an electrical cord. The cat dies.
Mm-hmm.
As your girl Cora is in the bathroom trying to kill Nick.
Yeah, but she's freaking out because the lights are off.
Yep. They need to make sure that he survives because the officer was there and he kind of got in the middle of their plans.
Mm-hmm.
So Nick goes to the hospital, kind of makes a recovery. While he's still there, their affair, it becomes a lot of fun for the both of them. Okay?
Apparently.
Yes. He eventually gets out. Your man, Frank, leaves for a while and is still obsessed with Cora. So he goes to the place where they buy food.
Mm-hmm.
Nick comes there, brings him back to the house, and Cora and him are kind of contentious, but they agree that they're going to kill Nick. They have this plan to roll his car down a hill. And the reason they really want to do it is because Nick is about to sell the hotel and make Cora take care of Nick's sister who's in a wheelchair. And
Yep.
Cora hates people with disabilities.
Apparently, or at least taking care of them.
She's an old school ableist.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Just like my little Jaylo.
I am not.
Okay, good. And everything is kind of going all right, but people are suspicious. Like, this is another accident involving the two of you. Mm-hmm. This is weird.
Yeah, very weird.
The district attorney gets Frank to sign this thing basically saying, hey, I helped her kill her husband.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. This is so terrible.
Right.
We go to the courtroom. She's on trial. Mm-hmm. Her lawyer pleads guilty. After which, they go into a private room. She's talking with her lawyer and Frank and says, I want to confess and tell everything that we did. Mm-hmm. So she gives the whole story to Fred Flintstone.
Okay, he's the guy that took down his confession, or her confession?
Instead of yabba dabba do, it should have been yabba dabba don't, but we'll get there in a minute. It turns out that Fred is working for her attorney, and he has all the copies of this confession locked up. They go to the judge, and the attorney says, if we can plead this down to manslaughter, and you tell the judge that you're satisfied that this woman is remorseful, then we'll do that. Mm-hmm. So she's basically saying, yeah, I helped kill my husband, but, this is the 40s. I'm a chick. Let me off with a slap on the wrist. And the judge says, okay, you're going to get probation.
Yeah.
Okay. Goes back, is running the place. Frank goes there too, and it's helping her. First things are very contentious. Then they start to fall in love again, but she has to go home because her mom just died.
Yep.
And they got married because they know that the DA is watching them very closely.
Yep.
And they want to seem like they're a happy couple now.
Right.
While she's away, your buddy, Frank, goes down to Mexico with this hot little girl.
Whoever she is.
Yes. Comes back, gets Cora. They go to the restaurants.
Yep.
And who do they run into? Fred Flintstone.
Fred Flintstone.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, Dino's food ain't cheap, y'all. I'm going to need a little bit of money.
Oh, yeah. That was Alan Reed who played the voice of Fred Flintstone. Exactly. It wasn't Fred Flintstone. Okay.
A few things happen. They get copies of Frank's affidavit, I think it is, without having to shell out any money.
Uh-huh.
Okay? They burn them, and she says, well, I got copies, and I could always turn you in.
Yep.
They go to the beach. They're swimming.
Like way out into the water.
Yeah, he carries her back. There's a car accident. Mm-hmm. She ends up dying.
Yep.
And we find out that Frank has been confessing all of this to the father. Uh-huh. Now, apparently, she had sent in a copy of it to the DA.
Yep.
So he's now on death row.
Yep.
And the DA comes in near the end of the movie, and he says, well, even if you weren't guilty of this, we found a note that Cora left in the back of the register at the restaurant, basically confessing to some other crimes you were involved with.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. She didn't send the affidavit in.
No, she didn't.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. They convicted him of murdering Cora.
Right.
In the car accident.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
And then the letter says that he was involved with the murder of her husband.
Right.
So they got him on murder of her, but they explained that we could let you go for this, and then you'll no longer have the death penalty, but then we're just going to arrest you again and charge you with murdering her husband.
Right.
And that's basically how the film ends.
Yeah. And she also, and I remember that one scene where she leaves a note for Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a very intense movie.
It is.
It's a lot of fun.
It's good.
I think this is the first Lana Turner movie I saw.
Yeah,
she was sexy. For me. She was sexy back in the day.
I'm sure she was.
And I like feisty women.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Well, apparently you do, and I get feisty with you.
Oh my goodness. I think it would be more attractive, babes, if you just got feisty with other people in your life and recorded the audio for me to listen to.
No, that wouldn't be fun.
For me, it would be.
It wouldn't be fun because they wouldn't let me do it.
Well, I don't care what they want.
Oh my goodness.
But I thought this was a really good movie.
Yes. I did too.
What does this film teach us about being codependent?
Explain that for me. What do you mean by that? Codependent in regards to what?
Frank doesn't seem to be able to leave Cora.
That's for sure. I think it says a lot about how not just a woman like Cora, right?
Yeah.
But women who have the ability to influence a guy, and it's the same thing for men, right? Women can be just as codependent as men.
Mm-hmm.
And with Cora, because not only was she attractive, but she was also very, very vindictive, very manipulative, as you know.
Yes.
And so I believe that she knew that she was Frank's weakness. That whatever she wanted, Frank was going to do.
Oh, your phone's ringing.
I know, but I'm not getting that.
No. Because they interrupted us.
I know.
Yes.
Yes. Anyway, so, whoever it is can leave a message, okay?
Okay.
Anyway, so she knew. I think that she was playing Frank from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And because she knew that Frank was really in love with her, she knew that she could use him for her bidding. And in turn, he is now ending up on death row and almost dead.
Do you have any questions about this movie?
For you?
Yeah.
What did you think of Cora after a while?
I kind of came to the same conclusion as you, that this girl is really, really bad news.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to do whatever she can to get ahead in life.
Exactly. Like she convinced Frank that she didn't love Nick, which is probably true.
Mm-hmm.
Because, Nick was under the impression that they were in love and everything was happy. And that he could drink a lot and, be okay. And Frank was under the impression that, when Nick was out of the picture, him and Cora were just going to be married and live happily ever after and ride off into the sunset. But I really think she was the villain in this movie.
Yes.
She definitely was, but she played it so well, too.
She was great in this film.
Yeah, and so was John Garfield, who probably is gone now.
I think so, considering this movie came out in 1946.
Yeah, they were both very good.
And from what I understand, he really liked lasagna.
Wah, wah, wah.
And hated Mondays.
Oh.
Yes. No, sorry. Remember in BoJack Horseman,
yes,
where Sarah Lynn is dating some dude named Andrew Garfield, and
I think that was in one of the episodes or something.
That's right. Yes, not in the movie or the comic book. But
I know that was a comic book.
There's not, but you said in one of the episodes. But if we're talking about it,
oh my goodness. Okay, whatever.
And then what's his name? Todd is like, you mean Andrew Garfield likes lasagna and hates Mondays.
I remember that.
Yes,
likes lasagna and hates Mondays.
That's great.
Yeah, he's afraid of Mondays.
Yes, this is a really good movie.
It is very good. It's very intense.
Yeah.
It's an intense one for the 40s, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What would you give this film on a scale from 1 to 10?
Strong 7.
Would you recommend it to family members? And if so, what's your elevator pitch?
I actually don't have an elevator pitch for this one.
Okay.
I don't usually have elevator pitches for movies, but this is a really, really good movie.
And you would tell your family to watch it?
Yes. This is definitely a perfect example of how somebody can be so codependent on another person.
Yes. And I think we're all codependent in some ways, but it's a spectrum.
Explain that.
Because we all depend on other people.
Yeah, but it doesn't make us codependent.
I think that does.
How?
Without other people, we would die.
Of course, that's how we were built.
Yes. Yeah. So we're all codependent.
But no, I mean, when I think of codependency, I think of like one person codependent on another one, like a man and a woman who are in a relationship, and he's codependent on the woman or the woman is...
Okay, I think everybody in a relationship then is codependent.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's a matter of spectrum. Like, if I died tomorrow, you would jump in the casket.
I don't know if I'd do that.
Yeah, you would.
I would?
You would.
No, I wouldn't.
You take your own life.
No, I wouldn't.
If I died tomorrow, you definitely would.
No, I wouldn't.
And if you died tomorrow, I wouldn't go to that extreme.
Oh,
but
what?
I'd be sad.
Bubs.
I love you, babes.
Why would you assume that I would be the codependent one?
I'd say we both were, babes.
Oh my god. Okay, what would you do then?
I'd be really sad.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't be able to look at Christian cinema videos the same way again after that.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Why did we end up with Christian cinema and Disneyland in the same episode?
I don't know, babes.
Oh, okay.
Christian cinema.
Oh my goodness.
Almost had a baby, and her baby died, and they were trying to interview her about it recently on a podcast, but she wouldn't talk about it at all. Ah, stop. She just sat there on the podcast all silent.
Bubs.
Bubba. You know what I'm just thinking about, babes?
What?
So if a podcaster wanted to do something funny, I don't think this would work for us. They could say, okay, on today's show, we have Christian cinema, and just ask questions and have dead silence.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know.
Bubs. You're weird.
Oh, no, you are, but I love you. Is there anything else you want to say about The Postman Always Rings Twice?
No, I didn't understand what the title meant, but now I do. I did towards the end of it.
Yes. What does the title mean?
Well, I think he's talking about, I guess things happening when it came to Cora, right?
Nice.
He falls in, it's like, Nick, she writes a letter to Nick saying that she's gone, and that's assuming that she, when she's gone, she's with, Frank, right?
Yes.
And that they're going to fall in love. But then he gets a note in the cash register from her basically, saying, well, I messed you up.
Well, good.
Your life is over pretty much.
Nice.
So it's like, wow.
It's based on a book. I might have to read it at some point.
Yep, The Postman Always Rings Twice. When was it written?
Well, before the movie, but I don't know exactly when.
I know that.
Yes.
Before the movie.
Yes. Well, sometimes they'll do books that are tie-ins to films.
True, yeah. But it's a good one.
Yes. I know that you did not dream last night, even though we slept a lot.
Oh, yes.
And I dreamt, but I don't remember my dream.
That's right.
That's right, babes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I think, babes, we should wrap this up, have some chocolate, and start the second season of The Boys.
Oh, goodness.
Yes.
And maybe a little Seinfeld.
And maybe a little bit of Seinfeld.
And maybe Seinfeld. Good.
Why does the senator refuse to speak? She was elected to office to talk.
Oh my goodness.
She won't even recognize her own constituents.
Maybe we should call this episode Disneyland and Cinema.
Maybe.
Bubs, honestly.
What?
Really? We're not going to talk about this all day.
Now I'm going to have to break out the popcorn and invite Kramer over.
Stop it.
All right, that's a very bad Seinfeld impression.
Oh, please.
I love you, babes.
Oh.
All right, I think, babes,
What?
since you're worked up.
Worked up what?
You should kiss me.
Why?
Because it's medicine. Now, come on.
Why?
Because it's medicine, babes.
Well, medicine for what? Why?
Because you're worked up.
About what?
About Disneyland and Christensen.
Oh. And if you went there, I think you'd like it.
Okay.
And even if you were there for a day, you wouldn't be able to get through everything because it's huge.
So, Kirsten Cinema,
Bubs.
as a little kid, she went to Disneyland. Hold on, I'm telling you a story, babes.
Oh.
And her parents were all excited, and they were leaving Disneyland, and they turned to her and they said, "What did you think of it?" And she just sat there with the
Bubs.
Okay.
Please stop it.
All right. How about this?
No.
One more kiss.
No.
Yeah, one more kiss. And then we're going to get some chocolate.
Okay.
And we'll watch some of the boys and some Sideshow.
Oh.
All right, Jaylo,
goodness.
unless there's anything else you want to say.
Does anybody comment on us kissing in the middle of the episode?
I'm sure people do. They say it's great. They say that we should go even further. And I say I'm a gentleman.
Oh my goodness, bud.
That's what they say.
This is not that kind of podcast.
All right, babe. So I love you, babe. So we get some chocolate?
Yes.
All right. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I gotta go bathroom.
Oh, I didn't press the stop button.